Nor would you the pledge.
Yes, I sure will.
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Kyle, did you hear?
Dear gracious Father, we just thank you for the day and thank you for the rain that was much needed, Father. I just pray that you'll be with us, give us guidance throughout the night, and I pray that you'll be with our staff and all the people in our district, Father. In your precious name we pray, amen.
Amen. Call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. New business.
We all have two different images in front of you, different fonts across the top. The top one has the lowercase, the bottom one has all caps. And then notice on the right, the AT and Georgia May Smith Activity Center, there's two different options for sizing there.
I've got a question. Bailey had mentioned something about, so Bailey, would you tell us again, or tell me again, what you were telling me about maybe saving some cost because we already had it wired in?
I was saying one possibility of keeping the two lines is I believe that's how it's already now and that it's piped for is two different conduits to come out for the two different lines. I don't know that it would save a whole lot, there'd just be adding another line.
So that's basically, the plans are already, I think the two lines, I don't know what you think, Audrey, I think the two lines I think it looks more elegant to me. I'm not an architect, but I think the two lines there look better than the bold three.
What I didn't like about the three lines, her middle name gets pulled down.
It does, and I had, and we gotta put the May in there. I mean, I just no way, that was her name, that was her name.
Georgia May is what everybody knew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a fan of, I've looked at it just since I got here, but, my pick for sure is all caps, home of the Eagles. So that would be, all caps, home of the Eagles. And then as far as the AT&T Georgia May Smith Activity Center, that would entirely be up to, whatever y'all think, cause I'm good with either one of those. So whichever one you like.
The only thing is that it's bothering me that on the two lines, which I like the two lines, it's not centered in between the fancy bricks.
And that's probably just,
Yeah.
I have a feeling that whenever they redid this, they just didn't recenter it because I had asked them to give two options, so they were probably just going off the center of the first one.
No, I think it's very proportionate and,
This one.
So we can,
no, I
This
like this one,
And the box,
if it was more
Bailey,
centered.
the box office, I'm
Just
assuming
because
based on
some
these,
things like that,
so the measurement on it's the same. I know it's all on the same photo cell.
so the box office is in a aerial bold font and it's 1 foot by 1 foot 4 inch letters.
We just call this one.
And then on the two different options, if you do the three line, it's 20 inch letters, and if you do the two line, they're 12 inch tall.
What color, I see these are the bronze on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. What color?
Okay, I'm sure the signage was budgeted in for the activity center.
It is, but the top part,
This
an
part,
addition.
Right,
the home of the Eagles.
So, do we have any idea on cost, or we saying,
He hasn't emailed me back the cost of the top.
You could wire it to Wayne and then scab it in, and then if you opted out, the wiring wouldn't be that big a deal.
The work now would be, like the cost for the materials to get the power there would be minimal if we needed to add it later.
Yeah, if we opted out, that's a good point. What
how much
color?
one you like?
Well, I do like the two line on the name,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
for sure. I'm not sure on the.
I wish the two line was able to be a little bolder. You know what I mean?
They're gonna do it in bronze, so dark bronze, so it ought to pop on that color.
Yeah.
It ought to really pop.
Be that,
Like this, bolder,
no,
that one.
And they're, how big,
I mean, this is a bronze.
Yeah.
The ones at the top are 4 foot.
that down there, they're a foot, right?
You got a lot of.
Well, if it's the two lines, then they're flip.
Bailey, what color is the home of the Eagles? Is it black or
It's
maroon?
dark bronze as well.
Oh, dark bronze, okay. So it's gonna match, so it's the same color as Mr. and Miss Smith, okay.
Well, on the screen, and the way we've got them laid out, the bottom one, which would be number 4,
Yes,
that's the one I like.
same here.
Same
And
here.
we can, but you would prefer it be centered between the two borders?
I feel like aesthetically, yes.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I'm
Unless
sure
there
that's
may be a reason, for some reason,
I
because
think that
of
they
the
did it by
stairwell.
the height of the, if you look, they got it separated into thirds, and I think that's kind of right in the middle. So I'd say that's why they did it, but I feel like if you're looking at the bricks, you need to look in between the middle of that.
So you're saying,
You know, I think having all the names too on the same deal.
Yeah.
I actually,
It really
'cause-
makes it stand out.
is that,
You know who it is, and then like up here, if you read that, you can say.
go ahead.
Now, does
I was just gonna say, I believe the architect actually told me with the two lines, there's a reason that it's up higher there is because
That's huge.
if we centered the two
That's
lines, that's the middle of the concourse, so there's a piece of concrete right in the middle.
Hang on a second,
He's got it.
Danny,
Yes, he's got a,
yeah, he's got a really good point here.
So
Sorry
there's
about
a-
it, what?
There's
No.
a reason behind
Yeah,
that.
now, talking about that, I was trying to think of why these weren't centered. The architect, I believe, told me, and I'm gonna pull up my notes, but they told me that the reason they couldn't center with the two lines is because center of that would be right where the concrete is for the concourse up above.
Gotcha.
So so
Yeah,
that's why they had to shift it up or
So the
below.
wiring coming in the backside of it, they had to elevate to get above it.
the scab, to get
Gotcha.
scabbed in there.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
So we could either go kind of on the bottom side of the center or the top side of the center, and I think they chose the top side.
The bottom side of
I
that,
think top's better than the bottom.
yeah, like the bottom side's only gonna be like
Too
5 feet,
low,
right?
yeah.
Yes,
That's so-
the top of the letters would be 16 feet.
That's how you put wall.
Off the ground.
Yeah, that first soldier course, that first wainscot or soldier, whatever you term it, soldier course on that brick is probably 5-6 feet.
Mhm.
Bailey, what do you
Right
think
there.
on the,
That's gonna be too low right here.
I mean, I think either way is fine.
well, I'm
As far
talking
as
about, I'm talking about the home of the Eagles.
the preference on the home of the Eagles, I prefer the all caps.
Okay,
That's what you're asking.
the bold.
Oh, I'm sorry, what were you,
You mean in the font? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
font? Oh, the font, since they're gonna be bigger, we could probably go with a little bit more of a different font choice. Because of the size of the box office and the name, we need to use something like an Arial bold. But for the home of the Eagles, we could probably go with something like a Times New Roman. There's actually a packet there of fonts that I believe you have.
See, those are 4.
I don't see that many options, Bailey.
Well, there's a, if you look like to the back 2 pages, there's
there's a Times Roman 528 and a bold 532. So show me, Bailey. Oh, here we go, here we
yeah,
go.
so if you look at start from the back forward, there should be something that's circled.
Now, I understand 501 blue jeans, we're on 501, so I get that, Danny.
So you're saying, you said 531, is that what you said?
No, it's 532 and 528 in there.
Yeah, okay.
The
That's
architect have suggested the ones that are in the red boxes.
Those were some of the ones that they,
Oh, the Times Roman, I'm cooking.
yeah, they suggested for something of bigger size, cause these are 4-foot letters on Home of the Eagles, that could be in the Times New Roman font, something a little bit more, thicker
That's,
for the
that's the
lettering.
architect's. that's
And Bailey, am
architect's
I correct
choice that he
that
thinks
on the
will
number
look the
4
best.
that
I like
we're
that.
liking, that is the Arial bold font, isn't it?
Yes, the name and box office, I know the name is, I believe the box office also is at Arial bold, so those both are the same font.
What about Home of the Eagles? Isn't it as well?
The Home of the Eagles currently is,
It
but we
currently
could go
is
with
what?
is Arial bold as well. But we could go with the different, like Times New Roman or something like that.
So the ones he's got the red around, Danny.
Where is Arial?
I like the Times bold to be
very
on
back.
532. That's
What do you
mine.
think, Audrey?
I like 532.
I kind of think the Arial bold that it has in the rendering, the Times Roman, I don't know, it's almost too elegant looking, in my opinion.
What about that?
Audrey, you're all about elegance.
We're gonna get some of that in that girl's locker room, but I
You like what's on it now? What you're saying?
I
don't feel real strong either way, but I do like the Arial bold.
Okay.
have a note from the architects I could read.
Yeah, read it.
They said, for the box office and name, they suggested the Arial bold because of the size of the letters.
Okay.
They said, but for Home of the Eagles, it could be something more substantial like Times Roman or some of the others that are Times bold. On Times Roman was on page 7 and Times Bold was on page 8. They suggested that you could go with something more substantial like that.
That's the 532, the one he's got in the 532, 528, that's the one he's got in red.
536 Ariel Bowl.
Like the
But any of these on here, we should
Frizz
be able to.
quadrata. That's kind of pretty. It's a little bit on the fancy, I mean, it just kind of gives it a little bit.
Well, I tell you what,
What is y'all's thoughts on keeping whatever font we use the same with the top and the AT Georgia May? Everything keeping it the same font all the way across the board?
well, that's out of my pay grade, I don't know. Let these ladies,
I like Arial Bold on all of them.
Straight across the board?
I do, that's just,
Honestly, is that kind of like what you're seeing around a lot of the schools, that they kind of do that more?
they don't
I
do
guess
a lot of
it's,
change up stuff.
it's,
I like Tom.
it's,
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
kind of, it's carried through, synonymous kind of, gotcha,
yeah, I agree on that.
okay?
Tom, does most of them have it all capitalized on their gyms or
Yeah, it seems like the ones that I've seen, I
So,
don't see a lot of
this one?
lowercase.
okay?
And on all of them.
That, and I don't think it ever goes out of style. Like, I mean, it's just there.
Timeless.
Timeless.
That's what we're looking for, timeless.
They all get to looking alike.
I know.
That's why I quit looking at it, I looked at Bailey's too that he gave me there that were,
They do. I'm 100% on board with number 4
And I go with 536.
and then with 536 Ariel Bold on everything.
Which is what that is on that record.
that's what's on the
what this
rendering,
is.
correct? Bailey, okay, I'm not, I
Well,
just want you to bless what we're saying,
Yeah, no,
though.
yeah, everything now should
He's got
reflect
3 different
the,
choices there.
the Arial Bold, I believe.
So Ariel Bold is what this drawing is got on it?
Believe so.
I know it is for the, I know Arial Bold is for
No.
sure the box office and the arena name.
28.
The Times Bold,
What is it?
No, the E's different.
This is at 36.
But since they had suggested the, she suggested the Times Roman, I'm thinking maybe they put that for the home of the Eagles.
Right, but what is this one?
This one.
This one.
Okay.
so repeat that again, Bailey, forgive me.
If I had to guess, I know that the arena name and box office is Arial Bold.
Gotcha,
Since she suggested either Times Bold or Times Roman, I'm assuming that that's what is reflected here in the home of the Eagles. So what you're seeing here is probably Times Roman or Times Bold.
okay, so.
I don't have the sample sheet in front of me to
Okay.
compare, but
So of those two, Audra, what do you think?
The H looks like the Arial Bold to me.
It's all Arial Bold.
Is it?
Okay.
Because
It is,
the A's are obviously different.
yeah.
I mean, it's the,
Yeah,
I mean,
the
look at
H's
the
are all different.
H's, don't have any tails or anything.
Yeah.
The E is correctly the same.
Lenora,
Mhm.
what do you think?
I like the Arial Bold on, to be honest, I think that they did just maybe like an Arial on it, but I think that you won't go wrong if you do the bold on everything. I don't think you can.
So that's what it is.
And something else Lenora brought up, in AT's name, we need the periods after the A and after the T.
Yeah, because that's the way AT signs it, is it not? A
Well,
period,
it's-
T period?
Well, so I was thinking about that, it's where, on his trucks and on all of his stuff, it's just AT without periods.
Okay.
I know, but
I just had never seen it with the periods and
I'm pretty
No.
sure,
He, like on his bench, I mean, it's sprayed everywhere. I
yeah,
mean,
right.
I mean, I'm not being, but I mean, he's got it, but I look, just, I mean, it's AT on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, but I thought that, no, I thought that
I
too.
was thinking that, because there's a lot of people that has initial names.
Yeah. I know
My dad,
Hayes,
for that matter, JC.
Sure.
I mean, J period, C period, so I didn't know.
my dad
Make
has
sure
an
it's right.
initial name, yeah, it's, so yeah, but no, he's got it, I mean, I know he signs, but on his equipment, on all of his fencing and everything, well, you know, like on his business and benches and all is AT only. But Audra, thank you, I'm glad you,
So that was more,
Oh,
I just-
sorry, I didn't know
I'm
which
just-
one of you.
Due diligence, trying to make sure.
No, forgive me, Lenore, I didn't know which one of you brought that up. Thank you. That's a good
I think we're
suggestion.
all in agreement.
All right.
And the reason we can't go
Gonna make it.
any bigger with the two lines is because, that bold vertical line next to it is where the building turns.
You got a corner, you got a cut.
Mhm.
That's why we can't go any further over.
Forgive me, Audrey, what, the panels there, are they red or white? I never can.
Right here.
Okay, got you. I couldn't remember.
I'm not
So-
sure which panels you're asking about.
No, I'm sorry.
So it'll be like basically where the principal activity
Yeah.
center is where it will be.
And this rendering
That-
here is more up to date.
I wanna see.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
can kind of tell
Kevin.
how
And walk
much
out here.
higher that is.
You watch the prices right go that way.
So I'm just gonna look though, so what color is that? What is that really?
It's different tones of like a taupish
Yeah,
tan.
okay,
Taupish, I
Oh,
knew that
but
word
those
would come out.
panels are
I knew
right.
it.
Right there where the,
What's great?
right above those two people,
That's
right there, is where that's at.
Yep,
Okay, so I'm colorblind, to let you know, I'm just trying to.
so Dwayne, right here, hi Kevin.
Yeah.
So right here, AT&T Georgia May, and then right here on the,
I'm not gonna lie, I like the 3 lines on that.
I'm wondering,
Like
And I
right
just
there.
don't like, but I just don't like that her name is broken out.
But see, right there, if you're looking at this, you think it's straight, but that
Cut.
curve.
Right.
Yeah, so that's gonna center more right there.
No, I mean, like looking right there.
Right.
But I mean, if you,
Right.
basically, if we take off that center right there,
But her name's whacked.
that'll be where it is, where it falls is these 2 lines.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't you think they'll have her name on the whole line?
I do.
Well,
I feel like it's
that's
proper.
confusing to some people if they didn't know it.
AT
so,
and Georgia, and then you got May Smith,
Yeah.
whoever she is.
Right.
Who's that?
That's 2 different,
right,
yeah,
Have her whole name together.
yeah,
Georgia May is, I mean, to me, that has to be.
yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Needs to be 4 foot, needs to be 12 inch, right?
I think so.
And I
And this-
definitely like the home of the Eagles up there.
And this blends with that, the font, what.
But see, this is gonna be 8, you know, that's gonna be up close to 20
Mhm.
feet
Easy.
down to 19 feet. I mean, to 17. If they're 12 inch, that's 3 foot, so that's up close to 20.
That's up there.
So it's,
yeah. But I'm just
And you got
gonna
enough
put it in.
span, I like it, because that's a lot of span there.
yeah.
so they're gonna know
Well,
what
like
all
a dream
this is.
last night,
I saw it,
You
I took
know.
a picture of it.
you can see exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, if you didn't have that big span, that's like a statement, man. You look at that, I mean, that's a
But
statement,
that,
you know, it's just got a wow factor.
I like this eagle.
Yeah,
And remember that's all
Photo cell
lit
runs all
too,
three.
the letters and the eagle are lit.
that's what I was just telling them, so the photo cell runs everything. So basically, it just comes on and shuts off. I'm sure these lights are on the same
You
thing.
see it on the
now, is
billboard.
this here gonna be painted?
Right there.
I have the other one if you want to see
Is it
that
gonna
one.
be painted?
This one shows it lit.
I think that's just in that image.
That'd look good though.
I don't
wouldn't
think that's
Well,
real.
yeah, but then you're getting into this. Are you gonna put this here, or are you gonna put this here?
it? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's,
You know,
Those are so cool.
And whenever
That should
we
be-
decide on it, they'll
like
send
right
us
here,
the
it should be
updated
about 20
rendering.
feet.
What's that, Bailey?
Whenever we decide
16
on the
feet,
official
8
name, they'll send us an
And then
updated rendering.
16.
So we'll have 8.
So it's gonna go down to 13.
here, see? Let's see, right there.
Danny,
Okay.
Bailey made another good point. So whatever we do, they're gonna have a new rendering, we can, you know, you'll be able to.
Do what?
They'll have an updated rendering when we give them the green light, so you can actually see it real time.
Tell them to lower that down as much as possible.
They did, and I did check, and because we want it lit, and there needs to be conduit in the wall for that, we can't center it with that.
And that was the urgency, because that's where they're at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That conduit.
they just finished the first border, so I mean, they're literally right at the bottom of where the center, where.
We sure don't want to wait, that's why we're here. Thank you, Audrey. We'll be waiting on them, how's that?
Sounds good to me. Okay,
Right.
so I think, Tom, any more thoughts?
I'm good with what we say.
Okay? So what I'm hearing is everybody likes the number 4 option. We're gonna go with aerial bold, which is 536.
Do we need to make a motion or are you good?
I'd like to have a motion
Okay.
based on that decision. I just wanna clarify that option 4
Okay,
is all caps.
yes.
And then it's where AT and Georgia May Smith is all in the same line and all of it in aerial.
And just make it say AT.
Yes, I got it in my notes, yes.
And again, what is the bold?
536,
Yeah.
it's aerial
On the very
bold.
back.
Gotcha.
So I make a motion that we accept the all capitalized Home of the Eagles, the 2-line AT and Georgia May Smith Activity Center, everything in aerial bold.
I have a motion made,
Second.
second by Kyle, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you guys for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tom, Bailey.
Bailey, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Is there any other board comments or questions? Need a motion to adjourn. First by Dwayne, second by Kevin, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all very much.